Hi guys, it's Mia here from Nintendo Enthusiast, and today I am going to be ending the year of Luigi by talking to you about my year of Nintendo, which has been amazing! Every year of Nintendo is amazing, duh, because it's the best. I mean, they've held the best handheld for like a million, bajillion, gazillion years. I personally own a Vita, but I'm not going to go into that today. So this year I actually had the pleasure of having some people give me free games, some developers give me some game codes to put onto my DS and to play their games and then to say, that was amazing, which was awesome. I got really like geeked out and I was like, oh my god, I'm so flattered and this is so exciting. But I got given Code of Princess, which is actually a full, proper, massive, giant game for the 3DS. I don't know when it was released. I think it might have actually been released in England this year, but they gave me a download code and it is essentially a role-playing action screen scrolling fun-filled freaking awesome ride. I've never actually finished it. I never got to the end. It's one of those things that I play when I'm on the train or when I'm going somewhere, and it takes up hours. It could take up hours and hours and hours and hours because it times every section that you play, and so when you finish a section you're like, I'm not happy with that time, I'm going to go back and I'm going to beat it, and that's what I do. I don't know if it's not everyone's cup of tea to go back and do it over and over and over and over, but there is a storyline that you can follow if you don't want to do that. And then there's challenge modes as well, which is pretty great. And essentially it's just this awesome princess, and she is kick-ass, and she has a giant kick-ass sword, and she's just awesome. And one day I hope to cosplay her. I will cosplay her, maybe, if I. No, I'm not gonna go there. Maybe one day. But so thank you to Agatsuma Entertainment for giving me that for. Is that how you say it? Agatsuma. Yeah, Agatsuma Entertainment for giving me that to play, and it's awesome, and I love it, and you can get it in the e-store for $29.99. I think that's the price of it now, I'm not really too sure. You might want to go and double check, but $29.99. Also, I got given some little DSiWare games that have been out for quite a while, I think. I got given Publishing Dream by Circle, which was really good fun. It's a lot like Game Dev Story, which is sort of like Theme Park, but with games development. So you run your own little games development office, you decide what games they make, you decide how they make them, you decide what budget they make them on, and then you upgrade your office so your workers get more and more happy. So you make more money and blah, 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 but you have a certain time limit to do it in. So when eventually you run out of time and you're like, no, I failed, then that's a sad day. I failed a lot. So again, thank you Circle Ant for that. I love it. It's really good, and you can get it on the e-store. But there's also like a million games on Nintendo consoles that I paid for this year, including some for the Wii U. I happened to buy Game & Wario, which was awesome. It's an awesome game, and at the end of the day, it's the same as the old Wario, where it's just fun. It's fun, it's a lot more structured, and you get these like little balls. It's like a gacha machine, but it comes out of a chicken. It's just like a chicken laying gacha balls. And it's pretty weird, but it's really uber fun to collect them, and I love it so much, and I just want to do it all day, every day. But that was a really good game. I don't know when that was released. It was released at some point this year, and I had a lot of fun playing it. It's probably one of my top 3 games for the Wii U, along with Zombie U, and the next game which I'm about to talk about, which is Pokemon Rumble U, which unfortunately I have not been able to find the NFC figures for anywhere in the world because they only sell them at GameStop, which in England is Game. Which is really unfortunate because no games have them in England. I've been to like 8 bazillion games, every single game, and none have them. They're like, we ordered in one box and one box only, and yeah, so we don't have them. Who does that, game? Fix it. But it is a really awesome game. If you can get your hands on the NFC figures, definitely do, because they're amazing, and it's super fun to play. It's fun to play with your friends if you have them over for a party, if you have them over for a sleepover, if you have them over just to sit and have a beer with, then you can sit there and have a beer and play with your Pokemon. Because that's not going at all. No, it's really good fun, and you level them up, and then you can collect I think something ridiculous like every single Pokemon, and then you can hold them all in there. They all look like these tiny little toy Pokemon that the NFC statues are actually based on, and every single one you collect in-game looks like that. And I think they are planning on releasing more NFC figures eventually. So that came out in September, and I absolutely adored it, and I would probably say it's my #1 game for the Wii U this year. Zombie was my #1 last year, because smacking zombies around the head is so much fun, and will always be so much fun. I'm sorry, I like to smack things. Jesus Christ, leave me alone. Also, what have I played this year? I haven't really played any other Wii U games this year. I've kind of felt depraved in the Wii U section. Nintendo are breaking my heart. It's good fun though to have a Wii U. If you don't have one yet, go and buy one. They've actually dropped down in price so much now. I bought mine, well, mine was bought for me last Christmas, and it was, I think, £420, plus I had to pay for the stand for my gamepad, which was really great. It was great though, it looks pretty, it looks nice on my little unit, and it's worth buying. Just don't question me, just go and buy it. For the 3DS this year, I've obviously been playing the titles which everyone else has been playing, so you've got, I think, Pokemon X and Y, Animal Crossing. I've played both of those. I've finished one of them, and the other one you can't really ever finish, but you know, I mean, no, to be fair, you can't really finish either of them, but in the storyline wise, I've finished one of them. But aside from what everyone else is playing, I have been playing Project X Zone, which is amazing. It's like a little, it literally is like a fan story. It's like a fan story that has been made into a game, and like you just get all these characters coming out from all these different games. So you get like freaking Dante from Devil May Cry, and he's stood there and he's talking to Chris Redfield, and they're all like, hey, and he's like, hey, and it's just like this giant macho conversation. And then you get the like, and you get Morrigan from Darkstalkers in there, and Dante's all up in there trying to chat her up, and I don't know, that is all I have to say about that. The storyline is amazing, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it so much, and I'm gonna play it every day forever, I think, just on repeat, over and over and over, because just, you can't have that many good characters in one game. It's too good. It melts people's brain. It melt my brain. It melt my brain. As you can tell, it's still melting my brain because I can't talk. Melted my brain. So I also played Harvest Moon: A Tale of Two Towns, which I was really thoroughly disappointed with. I hate to say it, I love every single Harvest Moon game that ever brought out, but it just seemed to go on and on and on, and it just at the end of the day kind of made me feel a little bit like killing myself. Jesus.